There was another woman, Zara Houshmand, at the company who her background was doing these multimedia presentations. She's a published poet and a wonderful translator of Rumi poetry. So she had this whole theater background. And so the two of us started from the very beginning talking about what could be done with this medium to really create works of art. It was 1995, and there was a bomb attack in Oklahoma City. Zara, at that point, was actually off on a meditation retreat in the high Sierras. Right before the retreat had started, she had heard about this attack and was, oh my God, what if when I come out, it turns out that Iran was behind this latest attack, and there are police waiting for me to take me and everyone of Iranian ancestry into a concentration camp, like, for instance, Manzanar, which is just down the road from where she was doing the retreat. But shaken up by this experience and knowing that Manzanar, the very first of over 10 concentration camps that were built in World War II to imprison people of Japanese ancestry, down to 1/16th drop of blood. They used, of course, the same rules that they used to determine who is Black and therefore should be a slave. And they applied them to Japanese Americans imprisoned in one of these concentration camps in the middle of the desert or in the middle of a swamp. And she went and visited the site and was struck by its beauty and how it reminded her exactly of the landscapes of Iran, of mountain landscapes, snow-covered mountains, high plateaus, high desert plateaus, and the snow melt from the mountains will create these oases where people would build gardens in the middle of the desert, and they would build a wall around it to keep in the moisture. And she said Manzanar to her looked like this grid in the middle of the desert. And she says, it's just like the grid of a Iranian paradise garden, because in Iranian Persian culture, the geometry, this sort of geometric grid is indication of the perfection of paradise. And she's going on and on about having these images of gardens in Manzanar. And I said, wait a minute. And I Googled gardens in the desert. And immediately what came up was a photograph that Ansel Adams took of a Japanese paradise garden in Manzanar during World War II. And I said, we've got an art project.